Hey, today it's all about fresh from the garden zucchinis. And you know, it's that time of year, everybody's garden is ripening. And what are you going to do with all those zucchinis? So I've got a beautiful zucchini tart in puff pastry. And I've got another one here. It's got zucchini, mushrooms, and tomatoes. These are so easy to do. They're absolutely beautiful. They taste delicious. And I'm going to make this for you right now. Hey, welcome to Secret Kitchens of New Jersey. And oh, you know what? Don't adjust your dial. I really do sound this way today. Sorry about that. All right, so it's garden season and everything is ripe out there. The tomatoes, the zucchinis, all the veggies. So I had to wear my veggie apron. So today I'm going to make a zucchini tart. And truthfully, you can make this with a lot of different veggies, but because I was gifted some beautiful zucchinis, that's what I'm going to do. And you know, I have a love of puff pastry, and I'm going to make mine in puff pastry. So the first thing I did, and I did this off camera, was I cut up my zucchinis, all the recipe, all the directions down below. I don't know if you're going to need 2 zucchinis or 3 zucchinis. It depends on how big they are. So I had like 3 smallish zucchinis, and I cut them into 1/4-inch rounds. See, small. And I put them on a paper towel. I gave them a sprinkling of kosher salt because zucchinis release a lot of water, and I don't want that water to make my my tart get on the soggy side. So we don't want to do that. So I sprinkled them. I let them sit easily about 10 or 15 minutes. I do recommend you do not skip this step because you don't want your tart to be soggy. And now I'm just going to take a paper towel, or a few paper towels, and I'm just going to blot them dry. All right, so there we go. They've been salted, they've been blotted dry. All right, now we're good to go. All right, so let me just put these aside. All right, so the next thing is this is a zucchini tart with lots of wonderful cheese. I've got some nice ricotta cheese here, and I've got some mozzarella. I've got some grated Parm. All right, again, all the instructions and whatnot down below. All right, now I'm actually going to be making 2 of these today. So if it looks like I have a lot, well, I kind of do, but I'm making 2 tarts. All right, so I'm going to add the mozzarella right here. And I'm going to add some grated Parm. This is the kind of recipe that I love because you know what? It's like you don't have to be super precise here. You want to add a little more, a little less. That's fine. You want to use a different cheese? Guess what? That's even fine too. It doesn't really matter. But this is going to be the base of the tart. All right, so what I'm also going to do is give this some salt and pepper. And this, I would always say, salt and pepper to taste. I like a lot of pepper. You want to use a little bit of crushed red pepper to give it a little extra heat. You can do that too. Put some kosher salt in there. And I also have some, you know what, believe it or not, I was actually out of fresh garlic. If I had some, I know, I hate saying that out loud. If I had some fresh garlic, I would put a clove or 2 in here. But I have some really nice Italian seasoning here. And it has a good bit of garlic in it. So I am going to use that to season the cheese, all right? You do you, though, whatever you've got. I also have some fresh herbs here. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. All right, so here's what we do next. We get some things out of the way. This is some dried oregano, and I'm going to sprinkle that on the top a little bit later. All right, so here is my puff pastry tart. Now, you've seen me use this before, and a lot of, now, oh boy, it's starting to get a little melty under the lights in the secret kitchens. You won't have this problem at home. All right, so I really want to prick this with a fork, but I forgot my fork, so I'm just going to use my offset spatula. We do this because we don't want it to bubble up too much during cooking. Okay, you make things work. The next thing I'm going to do, show you my little trick. I want to kind of make an edge on this, and I'm going to use my immaculately clean ruler, not the one on my desk, but my kitchen ruler, and I'm going to come in about, I don't know, like about a ½ inch, make a little depression. I'm going to do this all around, and this is going to make a really nice border on the tart. You don't have to do this, but I want it to look nice. Okay. All right, so you see what I did? All right, let me put this back on here because it's going to make it easier for me to transfer it later. All right, so the first thing I need to do is, let me get this cheese. I'm going to put a layer of cheese, a good amount. I'm using my offset spatula. I'm going to go right to the edge. I'm not putting the cheese on the other side of the border, but this is the base of my tart. Take your time to spread it out nicely. All right, that looks pretty good to me. All right, you see what I've done? My nicely seasoned ricotta cheese. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make a little more room. Here are my coins of zucchini, and I want to lay them out nicely. All right, so I'm going to do, looks like I can get 5 rows. All right, and we're going to do overlapping. All right, we're going to do overlapping like so. So let me get this done. Okay, there you go. How does that look? You know, a nice presentation. I want it to look nice when it comes out of the oven, all right? All right, and how you're gonna overlap it or how many you're gonna need, entirely up to you. See, I had some left over, no big deal. All right, so what I wanna do now is, I've got some fresh herbs here. And as long as I've got them, I'm going to cut them up and use them. You can use fresh, you can use dry, whatever you want. These are little chives, which is part of the onion family. And I think it's going to be, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of scatter them around. They smell good. All right. So you can see what I've got here, my chives. All right, so now I have some basil too, but I'm going to save that. All right, so what I want to do now is, before I get it in the oven, a couple of things. First, I want to give a little drizzle of olive oil. A little drizzle here. All right, and I'm going to add, now the zucchini doesn't have a lot of flavor. I don't think zucchini has much of any flavor. So let's give it a good amount of pepper. And let's hit it with a little salt, like so. Alrighty. You know, you want this thing to taste good, right? And because I still, oh, you know what? Yes, I have a little bit of dried oregano. Let's hit it with that also. Whatever you want to use to flavor it, you do you. This is what I'm using. Okay, that looks great. So last thing is, I'm going to put an egg wash all around the border. An egg wash is just a beaten egg. All right, and I'm just going to, like so. Okay, so here I've egg washed my zucchini tart. And this is going to go in the oven, 400 degrees. It's going to go in the oven for anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes till it's nice and golden and puffy. Every oven is different, so please keep your eye on this. All right, in the oven it goes, and I can't wait to show you what it looks like when it's done, all right? So, here they are. Now, I told you I was making a second one. Here's the zucchini tart that you saw me do on camera. And if I do say so myself, it looks awesome. And here's the other one that I did. I used the extra zucchini. I put some mushrooms and tomatoes. And I want you to understand that you can use any vegetable you want. You can mix and match and do it any way you like. And you can see how the puff pastry kind of puffed up on the edges because I made that little crease with my kitchen ruler, or my rule. Jim said it's not called a ruler. We don't have rulers in this country. We have, I don't know what we have, but it's a rule. All right, so they were in the oven. Now, I had two going at once. It took a little bit longer. Like I said, 400-degree oven, roughly 30-35 minutes. Keep your eye, because you want it to get this nice golden brown around the crust. But most important, let's, I'm going to use my pizza cutter. Let's dive in and taste this thing. So you can see we've got the all the cheese on the bottom, and got a nice crust on this. Ooh, really does look good, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. That was a rhetorical statement. Mm-hmm. Mm. It's delicious. Mm-hmm. Nice, delicious crunch from the puff pastry. Have all that wonderful cheese. It's well seasoned, because really zucchini doesn't have much flavor. It's delicious. I definitely think you should make these. We'll be cutting that one up next. Oh my God, this is great. Serve this with a salad. You have a great lunch, a great brunch, a great dinner. Use up your vegetables. It's the perfect thing to do. Make yourself a vegetable tart. Today we focused on zucchini, but you focus on anything you have from your garden. Peppers, onions, oh my gosh, anything. I want to just say that thank you so much to all my supporters out there. You've really helped us at Secret Kitchens of New Jersey to grow our channel, and we're very appreciative of every one of you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Please continue to watch, like, and subscribe. I love getting your comments. I try and answer them as quickly as I can. So, we will see you next time on Secret Kitchens of New Jersey. And remember, get in the kitchen and cook.